So, what's the thing holding you back? You've heard the idea that you are the only thing in your way. Well, how do you get in your way? Let me show you a couple of ways that I think about this, and maybe this can help you out. So, I think about us in ways that we can get. So, the entire reason that I think about this is so that I can get out of my own way. How do you take coaching from yourself to pull you to the next level? Because it's great when somebody else can point out the things that are holding us back. But if we can point that out to ourselves, we can develop this level of awareness that can help lift us up and pull us to the next level. That's how you can accelerate your growth. And these are some of the strategies that I've used to help me out. So, hope you find value in this. I think about it in a couple of different ways. So, there's three versions of you. And this can be past, present, future, whatever you want to think about. But there's version 1.0 of you, there's version 2.0 of you, and there's version 3.0 of you. So version 1.0 of you is the person of you, the person that was making decisions that led you to version 2.0. Person 2.0 is who you are in the present moment. 1.0 is who you were in the past. 3.0 is your potential. And if you've ever wanted to accomplish something in your life, if you ever had a dream or a desire or an ambition that is greater than what you are currently or what you have currently, then you feel this pressure of potential. I call it this shadow of potential that's always following you around. If you feel any kind of desire to have a better life whatsoever, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Well, 3.0 is the person inside of you that's constantly calling out and saying, hey, come over here. There's some really good stuff. You're going to be required to do these things to become a different type of person, to become a different and better version of who you are right now. But I believe in you, and you can do that. Version 1.0 is where we're most comfortable making decisions from. We've been there. It's familiar. Familiar is a killer of dreams because you're familiar with it, and it led you to 2.0. You have now created this bubble around you. Some people will call that a comfort zone. The problem with this bubble is that you are making decisions based in that bubble. Let me explain. So let's say that there is a 3.0 person and they see the potential that you can have. And let's say that they invite you to, like, hey, come to this networking event. Hey, come to this party. There's going to be some great people here. Come to this whatever, right? They're going to invite you. And they're going to send that message back to 2.0, to that version of you in present moment. So it could be somebody that's a mentor to you, that's at a higher level, that's accomplished more than you, whatever. And you start associating with this person. And they invite you to do something or, whatever. 2.0 says no. Nah, man, and it can be anything. It can be time. I just don't have time right now. It can be like a scheduling conflict, right? You've got a conflict in some kind of way. Whatever. There's going to be an excuse. The key point on that is there's an excuse. What's interesting is that 1.0 created 2.0, and then which magically created this box that we see around you, this bubble that you are now trapped in. So whatever excuse that you come up with is an invalid excuse. It's an excuse that was created by 1.0 and 2.0. So if you want to go to the highest version of yourself, to reach your full potential, you cannot make decisions from this frame or from this frame. Does that make sense? Most mistakes that people make are making decisions from 1.0 and 2.0. You've got to get into your mind and make decisions from 3.0. When you are making decisions from 3.0, it is not going to feel good because it is not familiar and it is not comfortable. The first thing that I would encourage you to do, and here's what I do in my process, is number one, I get aware. Awareness in psychology is the first level of change. I'm not a psychologist, a psychiatrist, or a gynecologist, but I do recommend that you get awareness inside of your life. Become aware of the decisions that you make and where you make them from. The source of a decision, man, I'm not really comfortable going to this thing, is an indicator to me that's precisely what I must do. I remember when I was first starting out in business, there was like this networking event in real estate and finance and all of these other like industries and players and all that stuff. And I didn't want to go. I was like, oh my gosh, like networking events are the worst. I'm like, I don't know any of these people. We have this small talk and it's weird and uncomfortable and I don't really care and they don't really care and we're pretending we care. I don't want to do it. because I had the thought, so this is where awareness comes in. Because I had the thought of I don't want to do it, precisely I've got to do it. So I said, yes, I have to do it. If I have a feeling that version 1.0 of me or version 2.0 of me are the ones making this decision, and I'm going to do the opposite of the decision. Man, I hope you caught that. That principle right there set me free. I would do it precisely because I didn't want to do it. It's the worst that can happen. It's not going to be that bad. So I would get a level of awareness. Once I have the level of awareness, I'm going to choose who decides. Now, this is very vital. Everything that I have in my life and everything that I do not have in my life that I desire to have is my fault, because I have chosen the wrong person who decides. So if I've got an opportunity in front of me, a business venture, a real estate deal, whatever, and I let 2.0 or 1.0 make the decision, I just want to become aware that I'm letting 1.0 decide that. I'm letting the previous versions of me decide that. The one that has the insecurities, the version of me that experienced some type of negative thing in my life, and I'm letting that dictate my decision in the present moment, which is going to determine where I go in the future. I'm going to become aware that I'm letting that person, I'm going to go, hey, like it could be a physical act like this. Hey, 1.0, I'm going to let you decide on my future. Even though you are not capable of getting me to the future, I'm going to let you decide. I might say that out loud to myself. That's how I coach myself up. Or 2.0. Look, 2.0, we appreciate your service. You've gotten us to this point. However, we're going to have to think from a frame of mind in 3.0. What our potential should decide, what our potential should choose. And I'm going to let 3.0 make that decision. But the point is two things. Number one, I've got to have this moment of awareness. I'm going to let awareness open up my eyes to who is deciding. Where is that thought coming from? What am I basing that decision on? Am I basing it on insecurities from the past? Am I basing it on my current circumstance? Am I letting circumstance decide my future? If I do that, I'm always going to stay trapped in this bubble. Circumstance will not choose for me, but I'm becoming aware. Then once I become aware, then I'm going to choose which version of me gets to decide the outcome. This is some of the frameworks that I go through inside of my mind. I hope you find this valuable. These are some of the things that help set me free, and I got financial freedom by age 29. If this is helpful, then make sure you subscribe and do all the stuff you're supposed to do so you can catch all my stuff. See you later, guys.